There we go. I don't like how it covers that up. Hello! Today we shall be going over / reviewing, whatever you would like to call it, Spies in Disguise, starring Will Smith and Tom Holland. This is Fox Studios Animation's final film before the buyout by Disney, and it is directed by Troy Quane and Nick Bruno, and honestly, this movie actually surprised me. So anyway, without further ado, shall we begin? So, Spies in Disguise, starring Will Smith and Tom Holland. So, Will Smith voices, like, the super secret spy in this, and then Tom Holland voices the geeky kid that kind of works as, like, a manufacturer of all the cool tech and gadgets and all that kind of stuff that they use in this. It seems like it was very James Bond inspired. And a couple other things that I really liked about this movie is the animation. I thought the animation was just absolutely stunning in this. Like, I went into it with, like, mild expectations, and I was like, it'll look good. I remember the trailer, and then when I watched it, I was like, wow, holy crap. Like, this movie is beautifully animated, and it does strike well that this does happen to be their last film before the Disney buyout. And believe it or not, the thing that I thought was like the best animated out of the entire movie, I gotta say, was actually the ocean. Like, I don't know if the ocean is hard to animate personally, but the way that they animated it, it looked stunning about how they did it. The animation was very smooth throughout the entire movie. Every single character actually had a really decent backstory. It was definitely a lot more put together than I thought, and it actually even got a bit dark at the end. There will be spoilers in this review, which we'll get into momentarily, but what I'm going to talk about right now is spoiler-free. I'll just give you my general thoughts about it. One of the things that really stuck out for me in this movie was the animation. The story's actually pretty original, too, like a secret agent spy getting turned into a pigeon, of all things, as and they can't get him back. It's a lot of fun. It is family friendly. There's a couple of adult jokes, but they'll probably fly over the kids' heads for sure. But besides that, I give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's the villain's actually given pretty decent backstory. Will Smith is super likable as the main character. Tom Holland is likable as the supporting character, because this is pretty much a Will Smith film with Tom Holland. But it's still a super well done film, and that was my general spoiler-free review of it. So, we'll get into spoilers at 5, 4... Alright, so the spoilers that I mainly want to talk about in this is the villain. Now, it's no secret that I always like the villain. The villain's always my favorite. And his, goal in this, his whole mission, I actually kind of, I understood to a level. I was like, okay, I actually understand why you're doing this. It's just, you're the villain, so obviously you're gonna go about it wrong, but, he blames Will Smith's character for the death of his entire crew, which pretty much what he considered family. Vin Diesel has entered the chat. And pretty much what it was is that he was the spy, and then all of them got killed by Will Smith's character, and Will Smith just flew off like it was nothing, and he kept that to heart, and he was like, every single day, the only thought in my head was to bring you back, because you killed every single person that I cared about. And honestly, that was actually, I thought, really good character development for this character. We did not know a lot about him going into it, just that he was the villain, he had a robotic hand, and he used to change his face and all that. I say about 90% of the jokes land. There were a couple jokes that didn't really land, but there was nothing really, super, super off about it. It was a whole lot of fun. The main plot of it, like I was saying in my spoiler-free part of this, it is pretty original, just a secret agent spy getting turned into a pigeon, and then they have to work together, and honestly, the character development between Will Smith when he's a pigeon and Tom Holland's actually pretty well done, and it does kind of make you feel for them a little bit, and ends up ending a bit different than how I expected it to, but I still like the ending. And Tom Holland's character development in this I thought was actually pretty well done too, because it did actually make you feel for him when we learned that his mother died in the line of duty, and that's why he always wanted to work with that. And then Will Smith eventually ended up understanding that, and then they ended up coming to agreements, and they ended up using all his wacky objects and all that to actually defeat the villain, and that was actually very well done, and it kind of did tug at your heart chords just a little bit, but it did do it. And I'm happy when movies do that, especially a movie I did not think was going to be that good going into it. It was an enjoyable ride. It was much better than what I thought it was going to be. The animation is stunning in it. I cannot say enough about that. I highly recommend watching this just for the animation alone. That's how good it is, personally, in my opinion. But anyway, it's a good film. It's a good family movie, and honestly, if you decide just to watch it by yourself, it's good for that too, because I ended up just watching it by myself, and I pretty much enjoyed it. So anyway, that was my review of Spies in Disguise, starring Will Smith and Tom Holland. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe so I know to keep making more of these. If you have any video requests, please leave them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to reply. If you've seen Spies in Disguise, let me know what you think of it down in the comments below as well. But anyway, thanks for watching as always, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye!